Welcome back. It's the Week 5 video review for the ODAC and USA South conferences. Let's get to it. Let's start by looking at a snap. This is an unusual situation, so follow the ball in this play. The snap is considered legal if we have one continuous motion by the center delivering the ball backwards. If the center loses grip on the football, it is considered a backwards pass, and anyone on the field can advance it. In this situation, there is no delay or movement by the center to indicate that he was trying to start and then stop the snap. Since this is one continuous motion by the center, losing grip of the football just makes this a live ball on the ground. Be aware of these situations, and let's ensure that we enforce these properly if they come up in your games. Let's talk about a situation where we have a live ball illegal substitution on the defense. As you see here, we currently have 13 players on the defense on the field just before the snap. As we all know, you're allowed to have 11 players on the field during the live ball of any particular down, and 13 is just too many. At the snap, this becomes a foul for illegal substitution, a live ball foul with a previous spot enforcement. Just like defensive offsides, this previous spot enforcement allows the offense to run what is effectively a free play, one without any consequence unless they have a foul themselves. The result of this play will be negated, and the only place you can enforce this 5-yard penalty is from the previous spot. In a similar situation, we once again find ourselves with too many men on the defense. However, in order for us to enforce an illegal substitution foul, we must have a legal snap by the offense. And on this play, if you notice, we have a few offensive linemen that move before the snap becomes legal. There's only one foul, and that foul is by the offense for a false start. Let's make sure we are patient and know how to enforce the foul for illegal substitution to ensure that we adjudicate this properly. Let's check out a play with a fumble near the goal line. Let's follow our back judge on this play. We see the pass is caught by the tight end on the far side of the field, and the back judge has great goal line coverage. When we recognize the fumble, we get a good beanbag at the spot of the fumble in case we need that to enforce a foul. This time, watch the deep wing. Our deep wing, once again, good goal line coverage and good coverage of the play, but we should recognize that there is a time to cover that end line. Let's work our way back, because if this defender steps out of bounds, we have a dead ball and a touchback. Support the back judge staying where he is, since the ball is coming to him. We don't want to be an inhibitor to the players on the field, but someone needs to be on that end line to ensure we have all our important lines covered. On this play, let's look at the left tackle. Here we have personal foul for hands to the face on the defense. When we have continuous forceful contact to the helmet, we want to make sure we address it, because once this player's helmet comes off, they can no longer participate in the play. It is a huge advantage for the opposing team, and we want to make sure that we keep all our players safe and properly equipped on the field. Since this is a personal foul and we have a scoring play, this foul can be enforced on either the try or the succeeding kickoff. Let's keep our players safe and keep their helmets on. On this play, let's key this receiver. As we follow our receiver down the field, you'll see that at this point in time, he's restricted by the defensive player in coverage, while the quarterback still has possession of the ball. This is not defensive pass interference, but rather defensive holding. Defensive holding carries a penalty of 10 yards and an automatic first down for the offense. Since we don't have a pass on this play, and the quarterback is sacked behind the line of scrimmage, our basic spot becomes the previous spot. Let's use this play to talk about dead ball personal fouls that can become unsportsmanlike conducts. On this play, we have what is a relatively benign tackle in the backfield that suddenly becomes something much more. Look at the player on white as he interacts with the player on black. Theatrics aside, this is unacceptable behavior at any point during a game. At lower levels of football, this would merely be written up as a dead ball personal foul. But at the collegiate level, we can tie unsportsmanlike conduct penalty to this foul to ensure that if this player acts in a similar manner, he will be removed from the game. Let's make sure we are using our unsportsmanlike conduct penalties appropriately, and in particular when we run into situations like this. On this play, let's look at a potential foul for a block initiated against an opponent out of bounds. We have a flag on this play, but let's review what actually happens. Here we have initial contact in bounds, and at this point in time, we can say that the players are engaged and both in bounds, with red about to step out of bounds. Within 2 steps, the players have separated, and there's no more blocking out of bounds. The runner is about 15 yards ahead of the play, so this contact, unless it's a personal foul or something unnecessary, is relatively benign considering the outcome of the play. Now, the way this foul would be enforced is as a spot foul, and we have a returner getting past the 40-yard line on the other end of the field. To ensure that we can best serve the players and coaches, let's make sure we understand the rules. If this block starts in bounds, the 2 players end up out of bounds, it is not a foul unless the contact out of bounds is excessive and unnecessary. These 2 players separate almost immediately when they get out of bounds, and I would consider this a no call. This week's You Make the Call series features 2 quarterbacks who give themselves up by sliding and experience a bit of contact. On this first play, the defender to key is number 1 in the center of the field. From the end zone view, watch number 1. Do you and your crew have a foul in this play? And if so, what's the call? In a similar situation, the quarterback on white proceeds forward, slides, and experiences some contact from the defense. From the end zone view, it's a little clearer. Is there enough contact on this play for there to be a foul? Or is this unavoidable? Talk with your crew about how you would handle these situations during a live game. That wraps up the Week 5 video review. Have a great weekend, everyone.